Hello. Today we're going to be looking at best value, but we're going to get on with some starters first. So let's have a think, have a look at these. If you can do them, you just get on with it. Okay, so we're going to first of all look at multiplying 4.5 by 1,000. So 1,000 has 3 zeros, so we're going to multiply 4.5 by 1,000 by moving our digits 3 places to the left. So if we start off with 4.5 and we move 1 place to the left, then the 4 goes here and the 5 would follow it. If we move 2 places to the left, the 4 would go there and the 5 would follow it. Moving 3 places to the left, the 4 goes there and the 5 follows it. But think what I said, the decimal point always stays in the same place. It's the digits that move. So you can't have spaces in between your digits and your decimal point. Okay, so you've got to fill in these spaces with zeros. So the correct answer to 4.5 times 1,000 is 4,500. And we don't need that decimal point on the end there because there's nothing after it. Okay, next one. 0.35 times 100. Start off with 0.35. Because we've got 2 zeros here, we need to move 2 places to the left. So 1 place would put the 3 there and the 5 there. 2 places puts the 3 here and the 5 here. Okay, now remember in all this, the decimal point doesn't move. So the answer to that one is just 35. Now the next one, 2.9 divided by 10. So when we're dividing by 10, 10's got 1 0. So we need to move our digits 1 place to the right this time. So the 2 ends up there. The 9 has to follow it. Remember, the decimal point doesn't move. So the answer is 0.29. But we don't just write 0.29, we write 0.29. And that helps the decimal point stand out and not get lost on the page there. Okay, and the last one, 43.8 divided by 1,000. So 1,000 has 3 zeros. So we're going to move our digits 3 places to the right. So 1 place would go there, 2 places, and 3 places. Okay, now remember that the decimal point stays where it was. So we can see we've got a gap there. So we need 0.0438. Okay, so that's our starters done. We're going to have a look at best buys now. Now, when I was preparing this lesson, I had a great thing here because I've actually written, I've written some answers in white pen. And on the other app that I make these lessons on, when you go over it with a highlighter, the white writing shows up. And unfortunately, it doesn't on here. So that's a bit of a shame. Anyway, so let's think about what we've got written down anyway and see if we can answer this. So there are lots of things to think about when spending money, and the cost is just one of those things. What might the other things be to think about when you're shopping? Okay, it's not always just about buying the cheapest thing. Okay, so what kind of things do we need to think about? We need to think about what you like, don't we? It's not always the cheapest one that you like. Sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. Sometimes you can afford to get the more expensive one because you like it, and sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes you don't like it that much more. Okay, other things to think about. Sell-by dates. Okay, if something might go off, there's no point in buying loads and loads of it if you only use a bit of it, even if it is best value. Okay, other things to think about. How about getting home? If you've walked to the shop and you've got to carry your bags home, then that's not necessarily a good thing to be buying the biggest of everything, even if it is better value. And talking of getting it home, we also need to think of storage space, don't we? Okay, there are other things to think about as well. Some people like to consider the environmental impact. Okay, some people like to look at packaging and buy something that's got less packaging on it so that it has less of an effect on the environment. Okay, so there are lots of other things to think about. It's not just which is best value or which is cheapest. Okay, sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. But we've got to remember that although we're only going to look at best value today, we do need to consider all these other things if we are actually shopping. Okay, so I'm going to look at 4 items and consider best value for those. So I've got these from the Asda website. I've just screenshotted different items. Okay, so first of all, we get through a lot of this in my house. Vimto, no added sugar. Okay, so I've picked a fairly straightforward one to start with. What we can see with the Vimto is on each advert on the Asda shopping website, it gives you a picture of the item, it tells you how much is in it, how much it costs, okay? This rollback here, this tells you that it's a special offer price at the moment, okay? The amount in it is important. What I've chopped off the bottom of these is something that does actually help you work out which is best value, but I want us to do that. So if you do have an actual look at the website for Asda or any other supermarket, it will show you, it'll give you a price comparison that you can use to help you decide which is best value or which one you might want. Okay, so having a look at this, basically what we've got is 2 litres for £3.70, and we've got 1 litre for £1. Okay, so I've started off with a nice easy one. It's the smaller bottle that's on special offer at the moment. And how can we compare which is best value? Well, let's think about it. If we know that 1 litre of this size costs £1, then if we bought 2 of those, then it would cost £2. So 2 litres would cost £2. So we can see there already that we've got a direct comparison, because in the big bottle, 2 litres costs £3.70, and in the smaller bottles, if we bought 2 of them, we'd still get 2 litres of Vimto, and it would only cost us £2. So that's quite a big difference, isn't it? £3.70 and £2. So if you've got room in your cupboard to store 2 bottles, 2 of the smaller bottles rather than 1 of the big ones, then we can see here that the smaller bottle is better value than the bigger bottle. So this is the one that we're saying is best value at the moment. Okay, right, let's move on. Right, so here we've got multi-packs of ready salted crisps. Okay, so will we use the same strategy as we used the last time? Well, let's have a look. The packet size, it's important to notice, is the same. They're all 25 gram packets. Okay, so we can get 6 packs for £1.50. We can get 12 packs for £2.50. Oh, it keeps doing that, doesn't it? 12 packs for £2.50. So if we just compare those two, well, we can see, can't we, that this is twice as many packets as this is. So if we double this cost, if we stuck with this size of pack, then we could get 12 packs. If we doubled that, we'd get 12 packs for £3, wouldn't we? So it looks like the 12 pack one is better value, because if you bought 1 of those, 1 of these packs here, it would cost you £2.50. To get the same number of packets of crisps, you would have to buy 2 of those, and that would cost you £3. So that one is better value if you're getting 12 packs. However, look at this. 3 for £3.50. I wonder if that makes a difference. So there we would get, if we think about it, so we're still on this one here. If we bought 3 packs of that, how many packets of crisps would that give us? That's 3 times 6, so that's 18 packs, and that would cost us £3.50. Oops, not £350. So really, we can forget about just buying these ones, okay? Because if we bought those without getting the special offer, they're definitely more expensive than the 12 pack. However, we do need to consider this 18 packs for £3.50, don't we? Okay, so let's have a think here that 12 packs cost £2.50, 18 packs cost £3.50. How can we work out which one of those is better value? Well, let's have a think. We could work out again, we could think about the 6 packs, couldn't we? Because if we divided that by 2, that would tell us how much for 6 packets. So let's do that to start with. So if 12 packs were £2.50, that would mean each 6 packs cost half of that, so that would be £1.25. Okay. But look at the 18 packs for £3.50. If we want to know how much 6 packs cost there, then we'd need to do £3.50 divided by 3, because there's 3 6s in 18. Okay, so 3 into 3 goes 1. Keep your points in line. 3 into 5 goes 1, remainder 2. 3 into 20 goes 6, remainder 2. And that would keep going. Okay, so £1.16 approximately for 6 packs if you bought the 3 for £3.50. Okay, so that means then that if we wanted 12 packs of crisps, that this one would be better value than buying 2 of those. Okay, if we only wanted 6 packs and we've only got room for 6 packs, we'd have to buy this one. However, if we had plenty of room, then if we bought 3 of these, because of this special 3 for £3.50 offer, if we bought 3 of those, that's better value per packet of crisps than this one is. Okay, so it all depends on how many packets of crisps you want and what you've got space for in your cupboard. Also, a thing to add to what we were talking about earlier, about what to consider, is, temptation. I know in my house that if there's lots of something, then people might be a bit more likely to want to eat them. So, for example, if there's loads and loads of crisps, they're going to be like, ooh, there's loads and loads of crisps there. Whereas if I've only got a few packets, they might think a bit more carefully about how often to have them. So there is that to bear in mind as well. Okay, right, so we've looked at Vimto, we've looked at crisps. Next, hot topic at the moment, toilet roll. I think things have eased a little bit in the toilet roll aisles on the supermarkets, but maybe not completely. So let's have a look at this then. We've got the following pack sizes. You can buy 24 rolls for £7.50. You can buy 12 rolls for £4.40. And you can buy 4 rolls for £1.65. So here is definitely a case of, if you are actually doing this in real life and really shopping for toilet rolls, you would need to think about where you keep them. Okay, not everybody's got a cupboard big enough to put 24 toilet rolls in. However, perhaps if you've got a big family, 4 toilet rolls isn't enough. You might get through toilet rolls really quickly. So you've got to think about what your household actually needs and what your household can store. So let's have a think about this. So look at our numbers here. We've got 4, oops, let's use a pen. We've got 4, 12 and 24, all right? So an immediate comparison that we could do for all of these is, well, we don't need to find the price for one toilet roll because 4 can be multiplied by 3 to get 12 and 4 can be multiplied by 6 to get 24. So we could work out the price in each of these cases of getting 24 toilet rolls. Okay, so we know that 24 cost £7.50 if you buy them in a pack of 24. Let's have a look here. Let's see. We'll go, let me just lose, that doesn't matter, I'll leave them there. Let's look at what it would cost for 24 in this size of pack. So we'd need to double that price, wouldn't we? So 24 would be double that, so that's £8.80. So we can see that if we buy 24 toilet rolls with the big pack, it's £7.50. If we ended up with 24 toilet rolls buying this size of pack, it would be £8.80. And let's see with the last one. Okay, we get 4 rolls at the moment, so 4 times 6 is 24, so we'd need to do £1.65 times 6, so 5 6s are 30, 6 6s are 36, add the 3, it's 39, 1 6 is 6, add the 3 is 9, so that gives us £9.90. Okay, so that would be for 24. So we can see that if we wanted 24 toilet rolls, then this pack here would be the best value because it's £7.50, £8.80 and £9.90. However, remember what we said, it's not necessarily the case that you've got room for 24 toilet rolls. So if you are buying a smaller amount, I mean, what you wouldn't do, I would assume, is buy 6 packs of this, okay? If you're going to buy 6 packs of that, you might as well buy it in the bigger pack, okay? It's just that you might not want 24 toilet rolls, but if you're looking at best value, then that size of pack is certainly better value than the others, okay? And we've done that without working out the price for one toilet roll because we didn't need to, okay? If we did want to work out the price per toilet roll, we'd have had to do £7.50 for the first one and divide that by 24. We'd have had to find the second price, the £4.40, and divide that by 12, and the third price, the £1.65, and divide that by 4. So we didn't need to do that, did we? We only really needed to do one actual calculation there because the other one was an easy one because it was just doubling. Okay, and then the last one I'm going to look at today. Right, we've got gala apples here. So loose gala apples. So this is for one apple. It's 27p. Or you can buy a 6-pack for £1.30. So we've got options for comparing value here. We could either take the price for one apple, 27p, and multiply it by 6 and see how that compares to £1.30. Or we could take the price for 6 apples and divide it by 6 and find out how that price compares to one apple here. Okay, so the choice is multiplying or dividing, which is easier. So most people prefer to multiply than divide. Okay, if you know your times tables really well, then to be honest, it doesn't matter. You probably find one as easy as the other. But if you find multiplying easier, then let's stick with that. So what we would need to be doing if we're multiplying to compare is times that amount by 6. So we're going to do 27p times 6. So 7 6s are 42. 2 6s are 12, add the 4, makes 16. 0, 6 is a 0, add the 1, gives you 1. Okay, we know about the decimal point by now, don't need to explain that again, hopefully. So if we were to buy 6 apples, 6 loose apples, it would cost us £1.62. Whereas if we buy a pack of 6 apples, it costs us £1.30. So the individual apples are not as good value as the pack of 6 apples. So the best, if we're looking at best value, then this is definitely best value because it's £1.30 rather than £1.62. However, it might be the case that it says here, look, 7 days typical life. If you're not going to get through 6 apples in 7 days, then there's no point in buying 6 and wasting some of them. So there's that to bear in mind as well. But the 6-pack is better value than the individual apples. Okay, and then we're just going to have one more thing to think about, which is the ways of comparing value. So what we looked at just then with the apples was looking at the price for one and then scaling it up. Okay, so that's we looked at with the apples. Okay, we can look at price per 100 grams or per litre or per 4 toilet rolls. That's what we did there. So it doesn't have to be a one of something. It could be a price per 5 if there are multiples of 5, or price per 100 grams if you can see that clearly. Okay, and then we could calculate the price for 1 by dividing. So that's what we did look at again with the apples. We talked about doing the price for 6 divided by 6. Okay, but you're more likely probably to go for the price for 1 and scale it up. Okay, so that's our lesson for today. I will give you a few questions on working out what's best value, and I also want you to consider what other things you need to bear in mind when you're shopping. Okay, so see you tomorrow.